All right, March 14th, out at the farm. Hi, sweetheart. Oh boy. And as you can see, we got some snow last night. And tomorrow, well, starting tonight, we're supposed to get blizzard conditions with heavy snow. Temp's supposed to drop. And winds are supposed to blow, again, gusts up to like 50, 60 miles an hour. So today we're making sure that we've got a whole bunch of bales set out for everybody. And I can sneak in here without these girls noticing me. I'm going to bed this barn down for them because it kind of sounds like nobody's going anywhere or getting out of the barn tomorrow. And we do live 8 miles away from the farm. My brother lives just like a quarter of a mile up the road. But depending on how bad the blizzard can get, oof, yeah, this needs to be bedded. Like sometimes you can't even come down from his farm. So, and if blizzard conditions are going, then we usually can't make it out here. It's a flaw in our system, I'll admit, but yeah. So we did have one doe that had a baby yesterday. So we'll, after we bed this barn down, we'll go up and say hi to her. She's one of our little bottle kids, Shirley, and she's so cute. And she had apparently a very easy time of having the baby. We were setting out bales and stuff yesterday, and then we went to go get something to eat, and she was talking to us and laying out by herself and all of that. So we put her in the pole pen, is what we call it. And by the time we got back, she still didn't have any babies or wasn't showing any signs of pushing. So we were like, yeah, it'll probably be this evening. So I went home, and about an hour later, she had her babies all by herself. So pretty good for a first-time mama. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna bed the barn down, and then we'll go up and see little Miss Shirley with her babies. Hi, Shirley. You had your babies. Good job, Shirley. Did you? Look at those cute little babies. Oh, that one's got ears just like you. Oh, a little buck and a little doe. Good job, Shirley. Good job. Oh boy. And you're still in really good condition. Yes, you are. Oh, some of that snow is starting to slide off the roof. Usually we don't put heat lamps in there, but we didn't know how cold it was gonna get. Should I unplug the heat lamp back here for them? But it was a little chilly last night. So, oh yeah. I'm just gonna unplug it. So we finally have electricity in this portion, or on this side of the barn. So all right, March 16th. Out here on the farm, it is 8 degrees. And thankfully, the wind's not blowing as it was yesterday. So yesterday, it was really chilly out. And so we kept all the pregnant goats locked in the barn to keep the warmth in, because we had a couple of them kid. So let's go in and see what's all going on in here. Yep, looks like we let everybody out. Woo, a little stinky in here, of course. Hi, sweethearts. How's everybody doing, huh? How's everybody doing? Do you need a little bit of alfalfa? Yes, you do. These are end tables that you can buy from Walmart. I know. And they make really good little feeders. I don't like just putting the alfalfa on the ground. So I like to use feeders, or we use buckets. I'm gonna refill this for her. I hope everybody's resisting the urge to give you grain. She's a little lonely in here by herself. But we want to keep a special eye on her. Because she's super young and got bred. So we keep an eye on her. Oh, let me see your babies. Let me see your babies. Hi, sweetheart. That's your babies? That's your babies? Oh, those are beautiful babies. Oh, those are beautiful little babies. How are your babies doing, huh? Oh, yes, you're spicy. Oh, you're spicy. Hi, you're spicy. Oh, they're so cute. Good job, little mommy. Her mom produces triplets for us every year. Yes, your mom is quite a mom, and it looks like you're a great mommy. Looks like a little buck. Yes, and we kept one of your mom's triplets to breed. How are you doing? How are you doing? Huh? Yes. Why are we breathing so hard, little one? Just cute. I think what I'm gonna do is give them all buckets of alfalfa, because you give it to them on the ground, they just use it as bedding. Oh, she's gonna bite that baby because it's not hers. So cute. It's always good to see the babies get up, because in this chilly weather they like to, you know, get in a corner, get a little warm. And the newly born ones, we do put a heat lamp on, but the rest of the time these guys do just fine without a heat lamp, even in the super cold. And it's nice to see them get up, because then you can make sure that they're getting adequate nutrition. Make sure that nobody's hunched up and ganted. Yeah, look at you, sweetheart. Come here, you're so cute. Oh my gosh. Look at those babies. Such a chunky monkeys. Oh, the chunky monkey. Look at you stretch. Oh. No, she thinks it's kind of cold in here, mommy. Just like, come back over with me, brother. Lay down. No. I know. What a chunky. You got some chunky babies too. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so cute. Don't fall in the water bucket though. Sometimes with the first timers, it takes them a day or two to come into their milk, which is hard. See, that's why I like putting it in the bucket, because they actually eat more of their alfalfa when it's in a bucket. All right, I'm gonna go out and check to make sure nobody's out there kidding. These guys did very well because they they came in and let us know, hey, we're about ready to kid. And the signs were very obvious for the first timers, because they don't quite know what's going on. So they stand here and yell at us because they know that we will help them. So when we're looking at them and they look like they're going to be having babies, we put them into what we call the pull pen. So we put this up here so we can run them around, open this gate, and put them in here. So they're a little bit separated. Now, as things heat up and we have more and more goats have babies, then sometimes we don't get a chance to put them in the pull pen. Sometimes they just drop babies where they're at, which is fine. But it's just nice to have that option, especially if you have quite a few of them at the same time. Then we have a couple of different options for them to go into a pull pen. Jeez, you guys, if you guys would just step in it. These are almost empty tubs that we put in the barn here for them to eat on. And they were eating on them yesterday, for sure. A little bit of nutrition, as we didn't let them inside to the alfalfa. Hey girls, how's everybody doing? How are you doing? Oh, look at your udders filled. If you can hang on one more day, it's supposed to get super nice tomorrow. It's supposed to snow and rain, but the temp's supposed to be above freezing. So, hey girl, I know you're so full of babies that it's just, you just like to stay in here. You need to get exercise though. So one thing that we have noticed, that if you put their feet outside, they will go out and they will walk around. And so feed's out there, water's there. So they have to at least walk back and forth, which is good. They need that. They need the exercise. It helps prevent pregnancy disease. Hi, sweetheart. Come out and check everybody. Woohoo! Yes. Hi, guys. Well, come on in then. Hi, Bree. I know, walking through snow, not fun. It'll melt though. My darling. You guys are gonna have your babies, go inside. Just a reminder. So the sun is out. There's only a slight breeze blowing, which brings that temp down at least another 5 degrees. So today's supposed to be our last really chilly day. And then the forecast is nice weather. So today we just really keep an eye on them. Barn cameras only work when they're in the barn, you know, when you can see them. So the rest of the time when they're turned out here, we're out walking among them. Feels good to be outside, doesn't it, girl? She's like, you're right, it does. Standing out by themselves, pushing, because today's cold enough where if they have their babies out here and we're not here, they'll freeze within 10 minutes. So, and it's not because the mom doesn't clean them off or anything, it's just that cold. So usually these girls are smart enough where they start feeling the need, they'll run up to the barn. I have a handful in here that could go today. Oh, sweetheart. That was tough being in the barn, even though we had 2 hay bales in there, wasn't it? Yeah. But 2 bales for 120 goats. We only wanted to fit 2 bales in there so they would eat them down. But they like their alfalfa. And we, in past years when it's been really, really bad, we've put alfalfa bales inside the barn. Tell you what, that really adds to the pack really quickly. So we decided for hay bales, since they were just going to be inside. Hi, Bree. Hi, Bree. Are you going to have your baby soon? Nope. Nope, that udder's not even anywhere near where it needs to be. Love you though, Bree. But goats can't do rain because they don't have that protective layer that sheep do, the lanolin, you know, that keeps the water from penetrating down to their skin. Goats don't have that. So they do need shelter from the rain. Because as soon as the rain hits them, yeah. Yep. It goes right to their skin, gets them chilled down. Yeah, you won't find a goat standing out in the rain. Girls making the walkout, you definitely, you older girls need to do the walkout. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's important because you guys are more susceptible. Yeah, you guys are more susceptible to pregnancy disease because you're more likely to be carrying more than 2 inside of you. Yes. You're such a good goat. What up, Butters? What up, Butters? Hey, wasn't that bad, huh? Look at that. Bale here, bale there. This is what they did in one day. Ate that down to about nothing. Okay, March 18th, out here on the farm. This girl is in the going to have her baby soon pen. And it is about 60 degrees today with a little bit of a wind blowing. Right now I've got all my cameras besides that one hooked up and charging. Angel. She did have triplets. We did take one off of her because she's a first timer and we didn't want her to have that strain on her for a first timer. So, are you gonna have your babies? No, you want out. The gate's open, she says. The gate's open.
It's anybody's guess.
Yeah, who's gonna be the next pop?
There has been so many that have yuck coming out. I wouldn't have thought that thing at all in a million years. No. Not at all.
I actually think she's a little bit ahead of schedule. Okay. Already time to build a grouping pen over here. So before we group anybody, again, we've got some younger does that are ready, and what we do is we deworm the doe with copper sulfate Usually Safeguard, and then we give her her annual CDT shot. And then the baby, I think this time, usually you have to wait for their CDT shot until they're a week old. So they're not there yet, but we might give them the shot anyway. So we'll see. But yeah, so gonna build a little grouping pen right here. So later on today we can get them worked and put them over with their babies, because they need a little more room and the weather's nice. So yeah. Okay, so we decided these babies were about 3 days old to put them in a grouping pen. Mamas do better, so do the babies. And they know who their babies are by now. So we give the babies their first CDT shot, the mama her annual CDT shot. Then we deworm the doe with 5 millimeters of Safeguard and 50 milliliters of copper sulfate. It's a little chaotic at first, but they'll figure it out. We've got 2 does here that are kidding. So we'll probably re-bed the pens, toss out the old water, all that fun stuff. Come on then. Nothing I like better than to open gates for dogs. Nose down. Yeah. Yep. You got it. Oh, it's still in that sack though. Look who else is getting ready to push. You got this, girl. Yeah. Big pushes, big pushes.
There we go.
There's a beat.
Stop it, Big Red. You're... Kids should be smaller this year since we didn't drain them. You got this, girl. And then both of them.
Look like they're plastic. It's so white.
Kind of looks like it's almost upside down.
Yeah. No, it ain't.
Okay.
Pretty good sized kid for that little doe.
Yeah.
Long.
It's a little bit of a slow push, but she got it. All right, March 20th. One of our older girls here is having her baby. You're doing good. No, not yet. All right, well, she pushes. I'm gonna go over here. One of our 4-year-olds had her babies this morning, and she had triplets, 2 bucks and a doe. Oh, she's a good mommy. And those are big babies. And she was bigger than a darn house. Much better, huh, girl? Yeah. Oofda. Boy, those are big babies. So as we're watching them and they're pushing, want to make sure that there's a nose and at least one leg. Up there. Good job. Oh, look at the eye even opened already. Good job, Mommy. Yeah. I'm just gonna grab it and put it up with you. I know, I know. Oh, there it comes. Wow. That's a big baby.
Weather's been nice.
Good gravy.
Did you find
Good job, Mama. A little buckling. Oh, I bet there's gonna be triplets in this one.
I'll bet there is too. I'd have never guessed that other girl would have had triplets.
And those being that big.
Oh, you kidding?
This guy's gotta be at least 9 pounds in himself. And already trying to get up. I love it. That is what those lick tubs do. A lot of people, they have to give the selenium paste or something like that to get them babies to jump up. We just pay a lot of money for lick tubs.
We do spend a lot of money.
It does. Look at how big he is. Right away, get up. Try and start sucking. Yep, he's got it. He'll get it. Almost. Yep, just right there. Right there. It takes him a little bit. It's just best not to help goats because, yeah, they're so enthusiastic that you just get in their way. Don't you, Red? All right, March 21st, guys. I'm just gonna check on this girl out here. She grabbed herself some shade and decided to start pushing. We're working to get some open pens. Oh, she's working at it. Okay. Seeing hooves. Hi, girl. And she's like, I'm not gonna push now that you're here. It's like almost 80 degrees today with a nice breeze going on. So, don't mind letting them have them out here. I had one other girl have her babies out here while she just had one. So here's the thing with these first timers, is that sometimes we have to go in there and manually dilate them, which is just inserting your fingers in there and kind of stretching up and around. And you do that for just a little bit, just a light massage kind of pull, and usually then they open up. Because the act of pushing like that is, if the baby's nose and the hoof is up there, they do the same thing. So if you have to go in there and manually dilate them, usually the baby's breech or not coming out in the correct position. See, I'm gonna back off a little bit. I don't want her to run away. Oh, oh. All right. 5 cc's of Safeguard, which they love. And 50 milliliters copper sulfate. And this you gotta do slow because they've gotta have time to swallow it. Good girl. And then one last thing, which is the copper bolus. This you have to stick way down there in the corner of their mouth so they swallow. And that is how we work our goats. Babies get 2 cc's of CDT, as does the mom, with 1 cc of penicillin. Mom doesn't get the penicillin. So that's how we work them. There we go. We got a single, triplets, and twins in there. Usually the triplets, we do keep them in a separate pen, but she's really passive. She's just got a single. If she becomes a pain in the butt, her and her single go out there. But they got their water, they got their feed. Now they're just trying to figure out where all their babies are. Now let's go out and check to make sure that this doe is doing good. So we'll rebed the pens. We have a girl that just had twins, and we'll put her in a pen with water and food right in time, hopefully, for this girl to come in. We like for them to clean outside their pens. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Just wanted to make sure you didn't need my help.
Yeah. There's one out there and it scared her.
Oh, geez.
She run over here and she never once laid down. They just come falling out.
Yeah. God, I hope she...
You talk about a pelvic area.
Yeah, good. Well, I hope there's not another one in there.
She's kind of thinking about it. Man, she's...
Yep. Okay, we're going to bed down pens, and we're going to pen that one gal with her twins because she's cleaned.
Really got an amazing
Udder.
That girl that just hit it up there.
I know.
Hopefully she comes in, but until then I might have to
Supplement the babies.
help the kids along a little bit.
All right. I'll be back with a sled then.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on him.
Okay.
I think she might. Oh, she pushed the bubble out.
So if a first timer has triplets, we let all the babies get a sip of colostrum and we take one off. The older girls can manage having triplets on them, but the younger girls, it's hard on them because they put everything they have into producing milk, and they're still growing. So far she's got twins. All right, I do believe it is March 22nd, and as much as I try and get video of when we're doing all this stuff, sometimes it just gets busy. So Black Beauty here had twins, and we've actually been milking her for a little bit of her colostrum to feed to some of the ones that we're having to pull off of the younger does because we're getting a lot of triplets. And this gal had quads. See if you can see everybody. And so far she's feeding them all. Aren't you, girl? Yeah, she was the one that was just massive. 4 babies. I'm gonna be honest, we didn't even look to see if they're a buck or a doe. Just as long as everybody's alive. She had babies, twins yesterday, didn't you, girl? Yeah, and you love them babies. And she had twins this morning. We had 6 or 7 does all kidding at the same time. And you had one big single. Good job, Mommy. She had twins, but we took one off of her. And so she's still kind of... It's weird, but goats can count. So she knows that she's missing one. But so far it's doing very good on the bottle. And this gal, she had twins. We took one off of her because we knew she couldn't raise it. And she had triplets this morning, and we took one off of her. Let's see, and then this gal spit them 2 fat babies out. Oh boy, you got lots of milk, don't you? I wish you were a little tamer, we could milk you. But she is not, and she is a 3-year-old. Sometimes it takes a little bit to expel the afterbirth. And every time we have a doe that kids, after she pops the first one out, we'll give her a shot of 2 cc's of oxytocin. And it helps them, if they are having another one, bring that baby up, and helps them to bond with their babies, helps bring their milk in, and helps them clean. So, and then some grouping pens back here. So yeah, it's been a busy couple of days. Yesterday was 80 degrees, which was nice in a certain way, but man, the goats were not liking it. They were not going out and eating. They all stayed in the barn next to the water tank. Yeah, it was a hot day. And so today I think it's about 50 degrees if the sun comes out, but we've got a nasty north wind blowing, so probably makes it more around 30 degrees. So we're just making sure that we're watching. One doe this morning had her babies right here, and then the rest of them, we brought them in because they were starting to labor out there. Of course, they weren't laboring when they were in the barn before we let them out to eat. Oh no, they waited until they got out there, and probably about an hour later, we had about 5 does that were laboring. So, oh, you're so pretty. All right. Well, we're just going to continue on for today. All right, March 25th. And sorry it's been a while since I've picked up the camera, but we have been busy. So this is this gal and her quads. So you need more water. I'll get you some in a little bit. And she's doing a good job raising them. Nancy Pants here. I know it's hot, girl. It's like 75 degrees out. There's her 2 babies. That one is Gigantor. And we've got girls in these pens. And we've already started setting up multiple grouping pens. We just did this grouping pen today, so we could have some open jugs, because I think those 2 girls just had theirs. This gal had hers last night. This girl had hers last night. Well, why do you... Hi. Look at them cute little babies. Those are big monsters, but she's mean to everybody. So we've got open jugs here. And I bet you pooped in your water. So we like to get them into the grouping pens pretty quickly. especially with it being so nice out, because all we do all day when they're in the kidding jugs, somebody accidentally put this in your poop corner, is refill waters, refill their alfalfa buckets. And we are giving them just a touch of grain in the morning, because when you come in, they all go, whoa! And it's kind of nice to have something to kind of quiet them down a little bit with. Hi, girls. Hey, can I sneak over to the water? Just need a little water to rinse out her bucket. It's not a grain bucket. Sure, if I hang this here, you girls are gonna mess with it. Do not mess with my dipping bucket, my clean bucket. When I poop in it, I like to rinse it out. Because it. Hi, Daisy. See? Always messing with my buckets. Can't put a bucket down anywhere. And in the mornings, we fill the buckets pretty full, because after they have their grain, we feed them grain, we give them water. Okay, so these are first timers with their babies. These are first timers with their babies. I don't know why we built such a massive pen for them. These girls, let's see, yellow ear tag is, let's see, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 3-year-olds. And then we're going to create a grouping pen here for more of the first timers when they're ready to be worked and put into their grouping pens. So, as you can see, we've been nice and busy. Oh, shoot. And since it's so hot out today, and everybody still is trying to shed off all of their fur coats, everybody's coming inside to lay in the breeze. There's only a slight breeze today. Go figure. Yesterday, was it yesterday that was windy? Sorry, all the days are running together. And they normally do when we go to pick out who's going to be worked. You know, it would be nice if, you know, when they come in, you put them here, and then as they continue, you do this. Well, as you pick some out that have to be put together in grouping pens based on age, then you take some out, and then you have to put some in. And so sometimes we forget who just put in a pen. And again, they really enjoy being put into a grouping pen. Like, there's some fighting and stuff and everything, but the babies love it. They like to stretch their legs, and we group the girls kind of based on their age and their personality. So back here is kind of our weirdo pen. Yeah, you guys are weirdos. So we've got a gal back there that doesn't have horns, but she's an older girl. These two girls are 3-year-olds. This gal is a first timer, but she's very protective of her babies. And as long as they have their own corners to go into, they're pretty fine. This pen, there's a gal in here that has triplets. I don't remember if it's her or her, because they're the same age. They're 4-year-olds. That one's a 4-year-old. She's a more passive 5-year-old. So that's why they're in together. 5 is about the max that you can put into a pen. So everybody's got a corner, and then somebody lays in the middle. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. Lots and lots, but you got these gals. And we're gonna walk out and see how everybody's doing. Okay, walking out and checking to see if anybody's kidding. Oh, it feels like now there's none in here. Oh goodness. It's because they're laying in the shades that everything's affording them. So go around, walk through here, seeing if anybody's contracting, which it's very obvious when they do, because they're laying down or standing up and they tense up, and they're usually not eating when they're in labor. And then of course we look for the goo coming out of the back. Oh. Wow, it is warm out. These poor girls. Hi Queenie, I see you haven't moved. You'll need to come up and get some water soon, huh? I know. It's hard for a big girl. And you are just massive to begin with. And you probably have triplets in you. Or if you're gonna be like your showmate, you'll have one big massive one and a small one. We did have a little girl drop kids over there. And I see we've got another one laying there. She looks like she's just trying to get some shade. When it gets this hot out, it got this hot out, 3 days ago. The older does went in the barn to our waterer and they just stood over it and wouldn't let the younger ones to water, so we had to police the water. Had to shoo the big girls out of the way. It puts them in a foul mood when we put them in the evening time when it finally cools down and then they can eat. And we put them in and they're just upset. The day before yesterday we had 10 does have their babies. Yesterday I think we had 2, one right away in the morning, one in the evening. And then we've already had 3 have their babies early in the morning. And we did lose one of the kids, and I'm gonna assume it was born and the sack was over its head, which was we hate to lose any. We really do. We really hate to lose any. We try and be out here, but it's hard to do the 24/7 thing because you get about halfway through and start to get a little tired. And we're used to doing this. You know, we aim to kid this time of the year every year. Usually South Dakota weather is giving us, below freezing, wind blowing, blizzarding, snow. So thank you, Mother Nature, for giving us a bit of a break on this. We're just not used to dealing with hot weather right now, which is kind of nice because now we don't have frozen water buckets to deal with. But they go through the water quite a bit at this time. So we're always walking through the pens and everything, topping off waters. If they poop in them, exchange it for some good water. I do believe it's March 29th. Right now we are out here choring everybody this morning. Stop it. I'll get you water. So chores involved. Everybody gets a little bit of grain. It's just the complete feed stuff. And then we bed down their pens with hay. And then we get everybody water. And then we get everybody alfalfa. So now that we have so many in grouping pens, it does make it easier. However, all of our jugs are full. And we're thinking about maybe doing another grouping pen today. So, whew. Oh. Hi, sweet stuff. Hi. Hi. Don't freak out. Okay. Here's the lovely part, is that you come in the morning and they have all pooped in their water. It's okay, girl. Calm down. Put a bucket of water in with this little girl that just had her babies. Come here, sweetheart. Yeah. Whew. Golly, I think I dressed a little too warmly today. So we turn on the radio. Hi, sweetheart. Thus, what you doing, huh? And all at the same time as we try and keep an eye on everybody, but it's warm enough out. If they pop out babies out there, they do fine. So I use a clean bucket, dip water out of this tank. I actually had to clean this tank out because somebody had pooped in it last night, which is par for course with goats. And I do try and wait to put their water buckets in, especially in their jugs, until we get bedding down, so you don't have to worry about accidentally putting hay in their water bucket. So this, guys, is a good workout for the morning. My sweetheart, fresh water. So we have these gals in a grouping pen. And I think there's a girl over there that wants to come in this grouping pen, but we don't have enough copper sulfate. So we took the girls from the grouping pen up there and put them out here. And we had pens right here. That's these girls. We took the gals from this grouping pen here and put them in there. I hope those are your babies. We had her we had her in with these guys and they were just, hey! That's why it's hard to group. You have one baby. Don't be a snot. Or is she gonna be a snot? I will smack you. It's because her babies want to play with these babies. And she doesn't like that, so she's gonna chase her. They're hard on other kids that are not their own. You gotta fight back, Mama. So this is why we have to really watch who we put in with who. These girls are getting along just fine. knock on wood. And so all of these girls got turned in together. This is their pen. We were kind of hoping to keep that just for these guys, for the babies, but I don't think we're gonna chase the does in at night because we set this up for these babies. These are all first-timer girls with a couple of older gals. Stop chasing her around. You're mean. And you're making your baby like, Yeah, see, that's a sure sign they need to get out of their pens. Boy, we might just have to turn you out. Hope for the best. So we set this up for their babies to come in and out of in case they start fighting. So that's a nice creep feeder. And to be honest, we're gonna be done in a couple of days, maybe a week. And then everybody will be turned in together. And then we'll create a kid pen over here.